Hello, everyone. So we are back again with another gaming journal. So I already have 80 days queued up. So far, just to recap, I've traveled. So I started out in London, traveled through Paris, and then now I'm making my way to Munich. All right, I'm in Munich. So right now, I've arrived. So right now. Alright, we're gonna just pass the night here. I probably should have planned. Oopsies. The Franco-Prussian War had concluded but a year previously. Oh, why is my game laggy now? This is upsetting. Thus, my French accent was at a disadvantage. Thus, I flaunted my French accent. Thus, my French accent was at a disadvantage during our time in Munich. The concierge of our hotel was most suspicious when I approached the desk. I did not care for politics myself, what was the amenity of nations to me? Still, in order to avoid any untowardness, I spoke as little as possible during our stay. I tried to adopt a Germanic rather than Francophobe expressions to match, with perhaps mixed success if Monsieur Fogg's faintly quizzical looks were any measure. Your character is now suave. I'm so suave. Should I explore? Let's explore. Can I explore BuzzFeed? Alright, we're gonna go to Budapest, because I know that there was a little daylight in Munich. The sky was shrouded in steam and oil fumes from tractors and hydraulic excavators in the streets. Sorry, my game's a little laggy, so... Workers shouted to each other. A place of industry then. I quickly returned to... A place of industry then, whose citizens wore dark cloaks to protect their finery from the soot. I brushed a few specks of dirt from my collar. Absent-mindedly, far more intrigued by the gleaming machines remaking the city skyline. Rumor had it that this work was the doing of the Bavarian king. But the spectacle was more interesting to me than patronage. What does it matter who makes these machines, when the machines themselves are so wondrous? Must we look for the Creator's hand behind every gleaming marvel? I shared that thought with Monsieur Fogg, who raised an eyebrow. All machines eventually go wrong, and then it's imperative that we know how to fix them. I felt altogether chastened. I'm not sure I am entirely suited to the business of valet. Your character is now polished. Okay. Uh, okay. Oh wait, let me check. I'll keep what I have. Oh, freak! Ah, I want to go. I gotta go Berlin, baby. I gotta go to Berlin. I'm trying to debate where to go because I want to go to Budapest to sell something, but I also want to go to Berlin to sell something. And Berlin is more expensive. I'm just gonna go to Berlin. We're going to Berlin first. I'm here to sell the stuff, even though the whole main point is to travel the world in 80 days. But instead, I won't be doing it, obviously. Hopefully I can just move it. We got from Munich to Berlin in the patch-up steam carriage. The smoke pumped from the back through the tall iron chimney, leaving a soot-smudged wake in the trail behind us like a flag. Driver Christoph could not stop talking about his father. The countryside was different. Our driver Christoph could not talk about his father, who was an engineer driver and had just been promoted. The Kaiser has merged all the state railways to the Rheinch Railway, he told us proudly. We have the most efficient system in all of Europe. Sounds like an excellent option, I declared. Christoph grinned. It is, only to be sure you have your ticket. They have a little prison cell in the train station for those who try to jump aboard. Remember, in Berlin at least, the train guard has direct servant of their country. Is a direct servant of their country. Is the new route to freaking Budapest? Okay, no, it's not. Now we'll converse on the right. Begin conversation. Greetings, Christoph. Don't worry, you won't distract me from the road. We actually crash. No, I'm kidding. Begin a conversation. Ask Christoph about Berlin. I need to know about Berlin. The beer and sausages are good. Change the subject to Warsaw. I've heard that you can be arrested for lacking a ticket from Berlin to Warsaw. You mentioned the trains. I've been told Denislik, something I can't pronounce, is late to Athens aboard the Greek coastal train. Warsaw to Budapest, okay. Can you travel from Warsaw to Budapest? Yes, you can travel in a public carriage from Warsaw to Budapest. Now, anyways, do you like trains? Indeed. Yeah, I do. They are comfortable. So do I, but I do not mind driving, but a train would be better. I'm going to ask about Budapest. Do tell me more about Budapest. Also, did some buyers pay well for geometric equipment from Budapest? That's what I have. Let's go Budapest to Vienna. Is there a route from Budapest to Vienna? I wish I knew, but the most efficient way to Vienna from here is via Munich. Is it possible to travel from Budapest to Dumfriek? I don't know, but some buyers will pay well for woolen cloaks. Hold on to that. Me taking a bunch of screenshots. Goodbye. So I will be going to Budapest to sell that freaking So I will be going to freaking Budapest. We were on the outskirts of Berlin when shadow fell over the steam carriage. Christoph blanched and crossed himself, taking his hands from the wheel. I looked up. Expecting rain. I don't know what to expect. I looked up, not knowing what to expect, but the sight that greeted me almost defied description. An Ottoman Gaiac-class ship hung directly above the steam carriage, low enough so that I could see. A red-jacketed woman swinging from the trailing rope ladder as she pointed towards us with a wide grin on her face. She shouted something, and two mechanical claws were dropped off the side of the gondola. Their piercers gleamed threateningly. What if I tried to throw myself off? I tried to throw myself from the vehicle, but the strained claws snatched the steam carriage with lightning speed. Mechanical winded and screeches as the pinchers dug, but with a firm but surprisingly delicate grip. Then we were hoisted upwards. Christophe's prayers grew louder and more desperate, but Monsieur Fogg merely looked out the windows as we hauled up onto the deck of the pirate airship. We are now on a pirate airship. Okay. Perhaps we can turn this to our advantage, I suggested to my master in hushed tones. These pirates have an airship. He glanced at me with cool approval. We are of the same mind, Passepartout, he said. Two muscular crew members pulled us out of the carriage and onto the deck, as the red-jacketed woman climbed over the side nimbly. She examined us with dark-eyed intensity before breaking into laughter. An English, a Frenchman, and a Bavarian, she announced. It is like the beginning to a terrible joke. Why have you abducted us? We are no joke. I'm going to ask why. Why have you abducted us? I am behind Bint Kismin, and this is my ship, the Conveyor. I have little interest in you passengers. All I want is a part from your steam carriage's engine. Then what will you do with us? Captain Kisman's smile spread across her face like unsheathed blades. What should I do with you? She asked into the air, stroking her chin like theatrical villainy. Take us to our destination, I replied promptly. After all, you have caused us quite an inconvenience. The crew fell about in laughter as Captain Casme shook her head. Really, you are too precious. I decided to. What did I decide to do? Help scavenging, try the. I decided to try and charm the captain into helping us. Let's see what she has. Surely she would appreciate the spirit of adventure. We are traveling around the world. Surely she would appreciate the spirit of adventure, which had driven our wager. A wager, you said. Her hand slipped into her pocket. I have something that needs to be delivered to an artificer in Slovenia, in Istanbul. Will you be going in that direction? Sure. What business do you have with an artificer? I asked in surprise. None of your concern, was her trenchant reply. Well, are you going to Istanbul? What if I lied? I'll say we may pass that way, but probably not. Well, we may pass that way, I replied contingently. Captain Kuzmin seemed to weigh up me for a moment and then handed over a small carved bead of bright lapis lazuli. Closing my fingers over the treasure, take this to him. It is important. She sucked in a breath. He will reward you handsomely, I'm quite sure. And what do you receive in return? I asked, rather cynically. What does it matter? Captain Kismet smiled strangely and added, forgive me, perhaps, if there is such thing. What could an airship pirate and a famed artificer of Suleiman, possibly have in common? The rest of the journey, I spent it in interrogation, discovering that some of the buyers will pay well for geometric equipment from Copenhagen. Oh. So we don't have to go to Budapest necessarily. Finally, the Cavalier dropped us off a short distance outside of Berlin, having no further use for us. Christoph lamented over the scavenged remains of his steamed carriage. My father is going to be very angry, he sighed. Thoroughly. A thoroughly congenial abduction, as abductions went. We had lost hardly any time at all. My fingers closed over the lapis in my pocket. How could I convince my master to journey to Istanbul? Relations with Fogos have strengthened slightly, and your character is now suave. I'm so suave. Upper should fetch a good price in Moscow if we do not find a use for it. We will go to Moscow. Why is my heart thing go now? Alright, so what's the plan? So, in Berlin... Worth that much in Moscow? Besties, we're going to Moscow! Holy shit! What the fuck? Sorry, I was just like caught off by the... So we'll probably go to Warsaw next. I probably will skip Budapest, even though we're definitely not going to Copenhagen. Where even is Istanbul? Oh yeah, we are not going to Istanbul. Sorry, bestie. I lied to you. I'm so awful. Alright, passing the night. Oh, I needed sleep. That's why my hearts went down. We stayed for the night in the Hotel Alden in Inter de Linden, the main boulevard in the central. Sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing these words. District. From the window, the Brandenburg Gate was lit by upturned gaslights. I'll say I went for a late night stroll along the avenue, past groups of people drinking at low tables, because I need information on how to get to the next place to get to Moscow. We went for a late night stroll. I sat with a man who was demonstrating various engine noises to a rapt an audience. Are you an artificer? Or artificer? I guess. Every man is an artificer if he has a spanner to his name, he replied, laughing heartily. But I'm a driver, the best driver in Germany. Can you prove such a claim? I demanded. He shrugged. Certainly. I will be starting a 4-day trip to Bucharest via Prague and Budapest tomorrow morning. Only I shall do the trip in 3. Just got the market open. And then we will leave. All right, we're going to the market. Whoop, whoop. I'm selling my wine. Yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna take that. Wait. All right. I just bought something so that I can sell it later. Where even is that though? That's a good question. I have no idea where that is. Hopefully I didn't freak this up. Alright, we're going to Warsaw. Few agglomerated German French railways made a political point of their efficiency to quiet any nationalist rumblings. The departures left at the moment they claimed, not a second before and not a second after. Suspecting as much, I attempted to plan ahead, loading all the luggage a full hour early and ensuring Monsieur Fogg was installed the moment the guards lifted the gate. Remember Christophe's advice. I had my ticket securely in my jacket pocket at all times, which was fortunate as I was somewhat sleepy and managed to leave one of Monsieur's shirts behind the hotel. Then we were on our way. Okay, my relationships with Fogg have strengthened slightly, and now I will converse with people. I'm conversing with a woman. Greetings, Madame. I can't pronounce her name. It is very good to meet you, monsieur. All right, let's... I understand one can travel in public carriage from Warsaw to Budapest. You've mentioned carriages. I've been told there are regular service from Lahore to Delhi, but the journey is a much tiring one. I really want to go to Minsk. Is there a route from Budapest to Dumbrug? I've never heard of such a thing. Now, anyways, I will tell you a secret. I think my husband is having an affair. Apologies, Madame. A most unfortunate circumstance. It will be worse than unfortunate if I catch him. Damn, bro. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna ask more about. Is there a route from Budapest to Ondasia? I wish I knew, but you can obtain stopwatches in Ondasia and sell for a profit in Moscow. Tell me more about Odysseus. I'm not sorry, but I have to run. Goodbye. We have arrived in good time, as expected, and disembarked into the windy streets of Warsaw. I need to know how to get to Minsk. I need to know how to get to Minsk to then get to Moscow. I guess I could go to Ondasia or whatever. Oh, that's in Moscow. Ooh, I want to get this. I don't know if I have enough space. How much more? How much is it worth? Ugh, Ukraine's too freaking big. Bruh. Anyways, whatever, it's fine. I don't care that much. We're just gonna... Alright. We're gonna plan. I really want to get to... Okay, what's another way to do this? Maybe Warsaw to Ontasia, and then Moscow. That would be quite a journey, but it'd be worth it because we could make some good moolah. That's my main route. If not, I guess we'd have to go here, but like that takes forever, bro. Alright, let me explore. Can I explore? Nope. I need to explore so that I can know where to go. Though I probably will be heading off my game journal and just look at it. We walked the streets of Warsaw, feeling the air of different content all around. In less than 2 generations, the Tsars had made this little outpost all their own. They made it much nicer too. There are building works on every road with great digging machines sitting idle during the day and coming to life in the evening as they carve out sewage and water systems that will allow the city to grow enormous. A touch of empire can do wonders, I remarked to Monsieur Fogg, but his eyebrows scolded me. No good will come from this. Only malignant growth and rust expand from such a rate. He shook his head sadly. When will people realize that only English are fit to run an empire? Oh shit! He's got racist. Not actually, but like. But I want to get on his good side. So I agree empathetically. What a pair of travels we are, putting the silly world to rights. I need to explore. I need to know. I need to get some new routes, please. Yes, yes, yes. Going out in the day, I encountered an incredible creature, as tall as a house with wide swinging metal arms, like a rampant giant. I stared, gaping, gawking as the terrible machine stomped from foot to foot, slowly rotating, and then I saw that in his chest was a man, using levers and switches to operate the colossal device. It was a gigantic walking exoskeleton. All right, now tell me how to get to Odessa, whatever. I waved to him. I watched him work. I waved to him, and he looked down and tipped his cloth cap. What is this thing? Are you safe up there? How does it work? Let's ask how does it work. How does it work? There are 2 levers for each hand, and they work on ball sockets. I'd let you try, sir, but I must get on with my work. Okay, cool. Get on with your work, but tell me some new routes. No, I'm kidding. What is this thing? What is this thing? I continued. It's a Kahunduki, he said, from Norvoskisk. Oh my god, I'm so bad at pronouncing these. They shipped a few in to help with us, to help us with the building work. He pulled a lever from the machine, drew back a massive arm. From Novoskiski, you say? A small town on the far side of the Black Sea, he replied. I don't know why they have a surplus of things there. The back arm smashed into a wall, and the building fell into a cloud of dust. I jumped back. Excuse me, my friend called, but I must get back to work. What an incredible sight. All right, I guess we're going to depart because we can't really do anything else. We are going to go. Aww. What the freak? Why are they being so demanding over this? Bro! Being so greedy. They're greedy little bastards. Oh. Yeah, fine, whatever. You know what? We'll figure out another time. I'm gonna save here. We'll figure out what to do next time. because for now I'm going to head off. But this was a fun time. I definitely enjoyed this. Really liking the game. It's like hard to like balance. It's difficult to balance between wanting to like go to places to like get more money so that we can like continue our journey, and also also balancing the need to get to the fact like we're supposed to travel the world in 80 days. So it's like I'm trying to take the most straightforward routes, but I also want to try and sell stuff for the more hefty prices. So it's a balancing act, but definitely really enjoying this, and I hope you're enjoying me playing it. So again, it's a lot of talking it's a lot more talking rather than like, I don't know, I guess explain what's happening with us, just the game itself. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you next week.